Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something really fundamental, really timeless, folk tales.
Mm-hmm.
And these aren't just, old stories for kids. They're these traditional narratives passed down over generations.
Right. They really reflect the culture's, its wisdom, its customs, its deepest beliefs.
Exactly. Could be myths, legends, fables, fairy tales.
Yeah,
Each one is kind of a unique window onto the human experience, isn't it?
absolutely. And that's our mission for this deep dive, really. We've gathered a stack of sources on some really captivating folktales from different parts of the world. And we're going to try and pull out the key insights, the surprising bits of knowledge.
Let's see what they tell us about different cultures.
Exactly. About diverse cultures and also, crucially, about those things that seem universally human, the experiences we all share.
So how are we going to tackle this? It's a huge tapestry, right? Human imagination spread across the globe.
Well, we're going to do a bit of virtual globetrotting. We'll start in, say, Japan.
Okay, cherry blossoms.
Then maybe head over to the misty shores of Ireland.
Intriguing.
Then down into the Amazon, Brazil, before landing in West Africa, Ghana, known for its rich storytelling.
Wow. So Japan, Ireland, Brazil, Ghana. That's quite a range. You are definitely in for a journey through some shared wisdom here.
Let's hope so.
All right, let's kick off in Japan then, with Momotaro, the Peach Boy. Super famous story.
Oh, definitely. Most people know the basics, right? Boy born from a giant peach.
Yeah, grows up strong, heads off to fight some ogres.
And gathers allies along the way, a dog, a monkey, a pheasant.
Right. So beyond the adventure, what's the deeper cultural insight there from a Japanese perspective?
Well, what's really interesting is how Momotaro, often seen as this adopted figure, kind of embodies the Japanese ideal of giri.
Giri, meaning?
Selfless duty, collective purpose. It shows that real strength isn't just about one person's bravery. It's about unifying different elements.
Even unlikely ones, like a dog, a monkey, and a bird.
Exactly, uniting them for the greater good, for the community. It's a pretty powerful statement about how shared duty can overcome tyranny, even with mismatched allies.
That unity is powerful, yeah. But not all stories about overcoming things involve rallying allies, do they?
No, not at all. Sometimes it's about enduring something immense, often alone.
Which brings us, I suppose, to Ireland and the children of Lear. Oh, it's quite sad.
It is deeply poignant, yes. 4 children transformed into swans by their jealous stepmother.
And cursed to stay that way for, was it 900 years?
An astounding 900 years. Across various lakes, seas, singing these beautiful but incredibly mournful songs.
9 centuries.
Right.
So what does that incredible long endurance tell us?
Well, it really digs into how a culture might grapple with, the relentless march of time, immense hardship, loss. Their sorrowful journey goes on until finally a bell rings.
Signify.
The arrival of Christianity in Ireland, that sound breaks the enchantment. But
there's a twist, right?
yes, when they become human again, they're ancient, frail. They pass away very quickly.
Wow.
So it's this deep reflection on perhaps a historical sense of longing, perseverance within Irish culture, finding peace, yes, but only after centuries of spiritual and physical trial. It's heavy stuff.
Really heavy. Okay, so from enduring time to maybe new life emerging from loss, that feels like a shift.
It is, and that takes us to Brazil, to the legend of guarana.
Guarana. People know it as like an energy drink ingredient.
Right, a stimulant. But the origin story is incredibly vivid. It tells of a beloved young boy from a community.
Who is tragically killed.
Yes. And from his eyes specifically, his eyes spring the guarana plant with seeds that look like eyes.
Whoa. That's
Yeah.
intense. What does that transformation, grief into creation, tell us culturally?
It's quite profound, isn't it? This almost immediate, miraculous shift from the community's deepest sorrow into something that gives energy, vitality.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes, I think, about indigenous perspectives on life and death cycles, how even tragedy can be a source of renewal.
So it's not just a sad ending, it's a continuation.
Exactly. Almost a philosophy embedded in their worldview, life emerging from loss. What do you think that says about how societies cope?
It points to incredible resilience, I think. That capacity to find or create something vital, even from devastation. Powerful. Okay, for our last stop, you mentioned Ghana.
Yes, Ghana, home of the legendary Anansi the spider.
Anansi, the trickster character. He pops up in lots of places, but originates with the Ashanti people, right?
That's right. He's one of the most famous tricksters in all of West African and, indeed, diaspora folklore.
So what's the core insight from Anansi's antics? He's always outsmarting bigger animals, right?
Usually, yes. He outsmarts larger, more powerful creatures, sometimes even the gods, using his sheer cleverness and wit. That's key.
But there's always a but with tricksters.
There often is. What's insightful about Anansi is that his wisdom or cleverness is often tangled up with self-interest. His greed or his overconfidence quite frequently leads to his own downfall, often in a comical way.
So the stories are funny, but they're teaching something.
Exactly. They teach really crucial, nuanced moral lessons about ingenuity, yes, but also about humility and the sometimes unexpected consequences of your actions.
Shows that even the smartest among us aren't immune to their own flaws.
Precisely. It's a much more sophisticated take on heroism than just simple good versus evil. It's about navigating complexity.
Wow. Okay, what a journey that was. We went from Japan, Momotaro born from a peach, embodying that collective courage, duty.
Then to Ireland, the children of Lear, 900 years cursed, highlighting just incredible endurance, finding spiritual peace eventually.
The Brazil, the guarana plant, emerging from a boy's eyes. That powerful idea of renewal from loss.
And finally, Ghana, with Anansi the spider. His cleverness reminding us about ingenuity, but also, crucially, humility.
Yeah. Each story feels so unique, such a specific lens into its culture's values.
But they all touch on these deep, universal human things, don't they? Courage, loss, time, cleverness, community.
It really is remarkable how these distinct narratives, from totally different corners of the world, seem to echo similar human struggles, similar hopes.
They provide more than just a look into a specific culture. They're like mirrors reflecting back aspects of our shared humanity.
So think about this for a moment. As we went through these tales, what unexpected common threads maybe stood out to you? Or what unique cultural viewpoints really struck you?
That's a good question for reflection.
And here's a final thought to maybe mull over. What new understanding have you gained about how humanity across all these different continents and centuries uses these kinds of enduring stories to express its deepest beliefs and hopes?
Something to ponder.
Definitely. We'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.